scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
The Gators will have it 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Makes the catch, it's Daniels. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
Got a man. It's Hawkins. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all of the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
The Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and he's shuffling and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
And the Gators are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Jackson. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the 1st, let's take a quick look at our game stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. To the air, it's Glagway. Finds the tight end. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pulls it in, it's Jackson. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on fourth down.
That's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Wants to throw. It's Glagway. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it.
It's a seam wide open. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to. Not necessarily who's the most open. Who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
On the move. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Looks as if he's going to run it. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Back to throw. It's Flagway. Got it in the middle, it's Wilson. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. It's complete to the right. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun. Wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Incomplete! Scanning the field, it's Flagway. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route. Then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Caught. There he goes. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Hawkins. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to keep it in the air. He makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up, making side adjustments here. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Those 3rd downs are hard to execute, and when you get in the red zone, it gets even harder, but this offense did a great job. Now, forget the 3. We're leaving that behind. Now set up 1st and goal.
The really good gain on 1st down. They'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Gators! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That's caught. It's Wilson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. And the Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Got his man downfield. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. New set of downs after the completion. The give. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator because on 3rd down, you throw a bunch of wide receivers out there. Everybody on defense thinks you're going to be throwing the football. Instead, you hand it off to your running back, and he shows great vision. He knows where the sticks are, picks up the first down, and this offense, they've got some momentum going now.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And the Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run the toss. Not much there on the line. He gets 1 to the 31. The Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw it Lagway. Escapes the sack. The throw. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, and that is just not a well-executed bubble screen by the offense. I think the biggest problem was the location of the throw. If he gets that out in front of his wide receiver, he would have been able to advance it. But because he had to reach back for it, he got tackled right away. They'll have to do better down the road.
Back to pass on second down. With the catch, it's Wilson. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The Gators are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Makes the catch, it's Daniels. He won't get there, it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't make the connection. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
I'll be honest, man, if I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. He's got it, first down and more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on fourth down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Dropping back, it's Lagway. Finds his tight end. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Wilson. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
You know, it's interesting. At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Caught over the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
To the air on second down. Snagged in the middle, it's Jackson. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. This time of year, when you're the higher-ranked team, you're getting everybody's best shot, and guys, they answered the bell.
There are head coaches in this sport that say nameless, faceless opponents. You got to be able to show up. You got to be able to bring your best game to the park, regardless of who you're playing. A lot of eyes on this one, David, because of the rankings, but man, they were easily the better team today.
Well, and I get that nameless, faceless, but when you play a ranked team, it gets...
And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing what he's going to...
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team just, they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.